Howdy, howdy, how we doing? It is round 6 of GTRC Super GT Challenge. I am the damn cat. Hi, no practice. Yeah, I got a little bit before hopping in Doug's lobby. I got a little bit of practice. Not much, but a little bit better than none. So good luck to you, man. We gonna need it. We gonna need it. Alright, we get the 2-minute one, and this race is kicking off in 2 minutes. So we're going to spend an hour, well, hour and some change around Kyoto. And this is the 2 new guys, yeah. See how they do. They are E-rated, have an EDR, so that tells me that they have recently started playing, so it's good to see them already confident enough to hop in a league and get some more experience. This layout, I don't see this layout very often. It's the Yamagiya plus Miyobi layout. It's merged together. It's gonna be interesting because the Miyobi is basically the current daily A is the Miyobi layout, and Yamagiya is normally the layout that's used in leagues whenever they come to Kyoto Park. This is a very flowy track, fairly high speed, a couple of low speed corners, but for the most part high and medium speed corners for the most part. Bunch of elevation changes. A lot of the corners are on inclines and declines, so the car stability is always going to be a concern. Alright, that is the second restart. Let's make sure we're already on the right compound we want to be on. We're on the mediums. Good. And I want to see that. Alright, quality is kicking off. We're going to let everyone else go, give them plenty of space. Same as always. Alright, just waiting on Jack to go. I hope Jack's not waiting on me. He's quicker than I am, so I want to be behind him for sure. Alright, guess meanwhile I'm seeing I could have set those up the way I wanted them. Alright, I think we're good to go now. So this is 1 out lap, 3 flying laps. This track is going to be pretty gnarly when it comes to tire wear. The mediums, I am not entirely sure how long they're going to last. I don't think we're going to be able to do a long stint on them though, not this track at least. And this track's got 2 different sweeping corners, 3 technically, and sweepers, although like the long sweeping corners like that, this one is the one that's gonna, ones that are really gonna hurt your tire wear. Especially if you have a tendency to scrub your tires as you go. And we have a random join. It's no bueno. Too wide, that's going to hurt this lap. It's a random German. Had a couple of bobbles early on. As long as he's over there, he's not going to interfere in anything, but he will have to be removed from the lobby before we start. So Mike's got 207 to kick things off. Got a couple of flubs early on, so we are not doing a good lap out to begin with. Haven't quite figured that corner yet. But we got it better than last time. screwed that up royally. So far we're up, which is good. So remember, we did have to make this lobby public for one of the guys to join. For some reason, he couldn't join as a friends-only lobby. He could only join as private, even though he has some of the guys in the lobby as friends. Which is why we have this particular random join in. Just go for tires there, which you don't want to do in the race for sure. No! Every lap we have screwed up somewhere or another. We were barely off. And that is quali. Finished 7th. We've screwed up every single qualifying lap. All right, we have tires. No, I don't want to change car. I want to change hearts to hearts. There we go. Two minutes. Yeah, we can change tires now, bud. No, I am 7th, I do believe. I'm right in front of you, I didn't know that much. But once everybody... There we go. But yeah, well, yeah, you're right behind me. I'm like 6th or 7th. 2-second pin. I like how it doesn't even say what it's for. this is gonna be fun. This is a pretty fun flowy track, so yeah, I'll leave track, change gas, typical leave track, change tires, come back, and it won't put you in the right spot again until you go past the first timing marker. So yeah, I'm either starting 6th or 7th, and I need to remember to take the qualifying results screenshot this time. So then I'm like, okay, that works. That makes sense. Let's say I remember I was 6th or 7th. Car collision penalties are on, and they're really not supposed to be. That's an oopsie. Ah, well, we shouldn't be colliding with people anyway. You know, it is very sensitive. Yeah, at the moment we're just killing time, just waiting on, I don't know, Doug might be correcting the lobby settings, or he might be doing I don't know what. I think it's been more than 2 minutes stuck. I'm just saying. Yay, no more random person. Alright. So let's see while we're waiting here. Oh, okay, he was correcting the settings. Everybody on track. Now you should use whatever track you want, bud. Whatever tire you want, bud. Alright, so see if we can do a little bit of pit math real quick. So we're doing roughly 2 minutes and a little under 2:10 per lap, so 2 minutes would be 30 laps. So we're looking at like 29 or 28 laps total. And then how we're going to divvy those laps up between tires, I think we're just going to go until we can't do the hards anymore. And then whatever mini laps gets us to 28 or 29 on mediums, depending on how we're doing on the hards. That'll, I don't know, 2-stop may be the thing to do as well. So even though, at least based on my current level of practice, there's not much difference in pace on the hards and mediums. Maybe a second-ish per lap. So I think stretching the hards out as long as we can. Even though the wearing the mediums is going to be aggressive, so if we're going to do one stop, we'll have to go very deep with the hards. We'll have to go beyond halfway on the hards if we're going to one stop. If we have to stop before the halfway mark, we'll likely have to 2-stop just because of tire wear. So yeah, I think that's what we're having. I think that's how we're going to have to approach it. We're just going to have 2 ideas in mind for our strategy, and depending on when we have to pit the first time, I figured that he had to, because I figured he didn't screenshot the order for whatever reason. Or maybe he did, and you just couldn't be arsed to look at the order and then set the order at the same time. Don't need my blinker on right now. Pitch strat, it depends. I think for me, it's going to be go as long as I can on hards, and that's going to determine whether I 1 or 2 stop. When I pit for mediums, it's going to basically determine whether I'm 1 stopping or 2 stopping. That's my strat anyway. Just playing it by ear is what I usually do. So basically, once the hards get undrivable, that's when I pit. Or I run out of fuel, whichever happens first. I'm anticipating tires driving the pit timing. Good luck, man. Oh shit. Oh, hi. Don't say, okay. Oh, that's right, this is Kyoto plus Yamagiwa. We're gonna wanna, what is this? Miyabi as well, so we're gonna go this way. Should have done my practice on hards. Ah, too early on the throttle. I think the damage is on, like... I just completely whiffed on the breaking point there. Oh, not a good start. It's early. We can make up for it. Alright. We whiffed a little bit on lap 1. Keep wanting to set up for just Yamagiwa. Ooh, too much grass there. We're losing ground on the Type R right now. Screw that up a little bit. Probably could have stayed in second there that time around. Ooh, that was rough. Definitely less than ideal. The hard part of these long sweepers is just find out really when to get back on the throttle is really the hardest part about those. No, 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 no. Don't want to be doing that. Just one of those whoop. Round we went. Didn't need to go into fourth. Too early. I could tell it's too early there. So we can catch back up to Doug. Probably should have just stayed in third, going around that. So I went a bit wide there. This is not Tokyo Drift, man. You're supposed to be driving the car like that. Again, I went before. I'm slowing down too much for this corner. It's a long sweeper, and I'm slowing down too much for it, apparently. Alright, settle in. Catch up to Type R. That might be a little too wide. Want to stay off the grass. Screwed that up a little bit. This is the corner I'm struggling with. It's like I don't know when to come onto the throttle here. Coming on too early, so I'm having to lift, and it's actually costing me time. Yet again. Ooh, bold strategy, Razor. Pepper got around Chug. Chove. However you say it. Chung. I don't know. Probably swing out wider to avoid that. I'm really not doing well with that corner right now. Oh, he screwed up. We got too far on the inside of the curb there, so we screwed up a little bit. We were able to recover from that. We never really followed him out there. Gotta move to pit here in a little bit. There's a ground jack in front of us. Part of that is going to be because we're on hards. He's on mediums. Alright, we're about halfway through the race. This corner I haven't really, that's corner I definitely have not figured out yet. Definitely not doing myself any favors for that though. Petrol's got a really big lead right now. This is given how bad these hards are worn, the mediums are going to have to last. They'll probably end up. I don't know if we're going to be able to make mediums last long enough full pit now. We don't have a choice. Alright, so we need to go the 14 laps. I have a sneaky suspicion that this is going to be a two-stop. In fact, we're forcing the issue. It's going to be a two-stop. We didn't go deep enough on the hards for it to be a one-stop, so two-stop it is. I don't think the mediums are going to go 14 laps. The hards barely made it. goal is to not be last, by the way. Ideally, we want to be in the half, about at least 5th. Say 6th, 5th, or 6th will be our target position, I think. So that means at the moment, ahead of Supra. See if we can get a Type R here. Not like that, we're not. Ray wanted to kick there a little bit. And we have gotten around Type R. Now 7 gets up to Super. Screw that up a little bit. So see if we're gonna do a bit of breathing room there. And he just gave it all back. Most of it anyway. Kids were getting kicked out. Ours wanted to kick out, but the only reason why we didn't kick is of traction control. That wonderful thing that we have going on right now. I had to check out because I just didn't have the full momentum to go through that. Probably could have followed him in and been alright. Alright, that means we're going to hit this lap. Shit! Last thing I wanted to do was that right there. So this gonna get a lot of time with the razor. Ah! Here we go. For that. Alright. Okay, we screwed that up a little bit. That's gonna hurt us. That we screwed up that bit right there where it hurt. Oh, that means we're probably going to have to carry our penalty to the next lap. Alright, 6 laps will be it. 6 laps it is. Oh, we started there. We're still in that positive one position, so that's good. Let's see if we can catch back up to Super and get ahead of him again. We want to be 5th. Got 10 minutes to catch up and get around him. And preferably keep Doug behind us. No! That was not what we wanted to do. That puts us back in position. Oh, we got a Doug again. Screwed that up. Just tuned it too hard, basically. Come on, rotate. I think I forgot to turn my signal off last time around. So we're slowing down just a wee bit too much for that corner right now. Took that at a bad angle. Got 5 more minutes to go. I could have stayed in second there. It's fine, we're really going to drag a little bit. A little bit. Two more laps. Which game? We just didn't get rotation we needed there. Or I didn't quite want to rotate while I'm first. This will be the final lap. Oh no! Jump, didn't quite feel enough. Alright, we're at just a few more corners to try to get around Doug. See if we can have a net gain of 1 position. Crap. I knew once we hit that just wrong, like that, we were not going to catch him at that point. Unless he screws up here, and he doesn't. Ooh. Oh no, man! We didn't have the greatest of races, but we had a good enough race. We ended up still being in the mid-pack, which is about what we wanted. Yeah, we had a couple of spins, a couple of bobbles, a couple of trips into the conversation with Mr. Barry. Oh, we don't like them conversations. They slow us down. Oh, still not too bad for us anyway. And you'll get them next time, man. You will get them next time, I'm sure. I mean, what is the next track so I can go ahead and see one of them tracks you're good at? Let's see, schedule. Oh. Yep. I'll be bringing up the rear next round. Ain't no amount of practice gonna save me next round. Oh. And we forgot to take a screenshot of the qualifying order. God damn it. So let's see, where's our lap pair? A good mid-pack fast lap, I guess. Maybe we'll save that race footage for what it is, whether it's good or bad. Oh. Oh. Well, we're still doing better than we've been doing, so definite definite good improvement there for us. With not too many spins. We did have a couple of bobbles that cost us a couple of spots. So not the tidiest, but still could have been worse. We've done worse. This is probably still for this series, probably still our best race of the series so far. Yeah. Whew. That was fun. That was fun. That was a good race. Oh no, man. We all have them, man. We all have bad rounds, man. I'm happy because for this series, this is my best round so far, just in terms of keeping it out of the wall and all that. You know, we didn't quite succeed at that. We didn't do it as bad as we have in previous rounds, so for me, that's a win. We were actually in the mid. We actually finished in the mid pack, so another plus. Oh, our pit strategy, I think, was the right call. It's just we screwed up the out lap, basically. Well, no, we screwed up the end lap at the end of the hards, or was it the mediums? Either way, we screwed that up. So it cost us essentially top 5. All in all, not a bad race. So next week we have, on Monday, we have the finale of GT45's multi-class. That'll be at 11 Les South. Then the next round of the Japan GT series with GTRC. And that will be at Sequoia, if I recall correctly. And then the All-Star race for GT Champions is also next Saturday. And that will be an hour and a half around Red Bull Ring in the Mercedes. Basically the one of the rounds that was cancelled. For whatever reason, I don't remember why it's cancelled. I think it's because it was on a holiday. So no one could show up. So it got cancelled. So that's not the All-Star race. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to finishing that off. I'm glad to have been invited for that. We're, of course, are going to partake. And with that, I'm signing off. I am the Damn Cat. Remember, you matter. You are important. The light that you bring into this world makes it that much better, that much brighter. If you need help, reach out. And yes, that is the hardest step, is admitting to yourself that you need help, that you cannot do it alone, and then reach out and ask for that helping hand. Whew. And pooped. Y'all have a good, wonderful rest of y'all's weekend, and I'll catch y'all on Monday. Until then.